Hey everybody, this is Tony DeMakis with Alliance Specialties and Laser Sales and the Manufacturing Alliance podcast, and we are here at MEDevice Boston, and I'm here with Joe from Forum. How are you, my friend?
Doing good.
Is it Joe or Joseph?
You can call me Joe.
All right, because we're friends now.
We are, yes.
That's right.
If I'm in trouble, it's Joseph.
Well, hopefully neither of us are in trouble.
Okay.
And we're here to be able to talk about why MEDevice is important.
Right.
How you guys are stepping into that space, what you're doing for it, and what all of that looks like. So first, tell us a little bit about Forum.
Well, Forum started out as a contract molding company that made tooling and such, and we've continued to grow. We've been around since 1992. Over the years, we've added more and more presses. We've added more services. We do injection molding, insert molding of medical devices, over molding, do contract assemblies, clean room assembly, pad printing, laser marking. We do secondary operations and machining on parts. And we're really the company to come to as a startup company. We're the only company in the industry that offers financing on tooling for new startups, so we do a lot of that. And we also will work with a company to do, from pilot to production, even prototypes. We do the whole 9 yards for all of our customers. We have a recent customer out in Utah, brand new orthodontist device came to us with just some drawings, and we now have products in the market for them. And it took a little bit less than a year to do it all for them. They just absolutely loved working with our team and the service that we provided.
So in saying that you guys are good for prototyping and companies with an idea that wants to go to market, is that because you do everything from start to finish, nuts to bolts?
Pretty much. The customer will come to us with a design, and we can prototype it through 3D printing. Then we can actually do little temporary molds out of polymer-based molds that may do 50 or 100 parts, and that's important because you want to get the mechanical properties of the material in the parts. So we can do that. If you're doing clinical trials, you're testing something out, you don't spend a lot of money and you don't spend a lot of time on the parts. So once you graduate past that, we can do low volume tools or even production toolings depending on how quickly your process goes. So we do tooling in-house. We have a full in-house capabilities for manufacturing tools. We probably do a half a dozen of them ourselves, but mostly we do tooling, repair, maintenance, things like that. We also outsource tools, and we transfer tools in. A lot of stuff coming over from China, Israel right now. We're getting a lot of new tools from that and bringing them into the United States to beat the tariffs and things like that.
So speaking of the tariffs, right? That's a big buzzword that a lot of people are confused by, frustrated by. What advantage does that give to somebody that wants to build their product here in America and not have the risk of maybe their ideas being stolen or what that looks like?
Well, I'll answer that in two parts.
Sure.
Number one, we do a lot of work for the DoD, Department of Defense contractors, because we're ITAR certified, as well as being FDA registered, ISO 13485, and ISO 14001. So we kind of cover medical, we kind of defense, we do a little bit of industrial, but I'd say we're 90% medical right now. Coming in the DoD side of the business, there's companies that are doing parts for our Defense Department that are molding them in China right now. And they've changed that. That has to come over here. So if you're having something done in China and it's for the U.S. Department of Defense, we have a very quick and easy tooling transfer program. We're kind of promoting it at the show as well. So we bring them in, we do an inspection, we'll run parts for you, get it up and running, and it's actually a very smooth process. So if you are, I think last year we had probably 70 tools transferred, and this year has been pretty productive as well. For the FDA side, if you're getting higher and higher volumes, we do a lot with automation, camera systems, automation, robotics, things like that in the manufacturing process, so we can get that labor cost out for you and streamline your efficiencies. And then you don't have to worry if we're getting a 50 or 80% tariff from China right now, so your pricing is stable.
Have you seen the tariffs as a benefit to the business at Forum?
Yes, it has. When this tariff started, we got a lot of interest, people wanting to move tooling and manufacturing over here to the United States, so it's kept us really busy in the middle of half the year. Right now, it's kind of like, let's see what's going to happen, but it's a major concern to all manufacturers right now.
There's definitely a sense of uncertainty, right? Of what is it going to be? What's the long-term effect? Should I wait to pull the trigger on my process and my product? But it's one of those things where the longer you wait to start building your product, the longer it's going to take you to go to market.
Right.
Take advantage of the opportunity now and build here in the U.S.
Right, and I think a lot of people learned during COVID, stuff coming in from China and overseas, the gridlock we had with that. Even ports closed because of COVID and things like that. A lot of the American manufacturers that I know of, they just, lead times went out because all of a sudden orders came back to the U.S. So I think to really stabilize the country and stabilize your production, it's good to have a lot of the production or repeatabilities over here in the United States. So, we're set up for that. And we even have customers where we've quoted duplicate tools for them. Yeah. So they have stuff in China, they have it here, they're using both. So if a spike comes, we'll handle it over here.
That's great.
Yep.
So you have a sample here. You want to tell us a little bit about that? What parts you guys built in that, why it's special, and how you guys were able to make a difference?
Well, yeah, this is actually kind of a neat part because traditionally this part used to have an extruded tube. Okay. Then they overmolded it. Our engineers managed to do it in a one-step process, which is kind of a technical mode because it's a very thin wall, long run product. And then this kind of shows we do printing, pad printing, and assembly as well. So It kind of shows a little bit of everything that we do. But we really kind of focus on, I don't want to say hard stuff to do, more challenging, precision molding. We're not really the commodity guys that are making clamps for hose clamps and things like that. That doesn't matter. When it really makes a difference, that's when we shine.
I love that, when it really makes a difference, because one of the things that we're trying to get people to understand is that manufacturing in the U.S. makes a difference.
Right.
Right? What would you say the biggest benefit to building in the U.S. is?
Oh gosh, first of all, lead time is a huge benefit.
Okay.
Having control over what happens. I mean, if there's a problem and you're trying to deal with China or India or anywhere else in the world, you got different time differences. Other countries are pretty good working with us, but then the language barriers as well. And I've been doing this for 36 years, so I've experienced about everything you can. So I think there's a huge base. Nice thing too about the U.S., you can get on a plane and go there. We have a lot of local customers that can drive to our facility. Yeah. So that's just a huge advantage. And we only have 3 hours difference between East Coast and West Coast, so it's not that big of a deal to talk to us, as opposed to a 12-hour.
Well, you gotta schedule that time, right? Like it's 7 o'clock at night here, it's 7 a.m. there. Yes. Like what works for me, what works for you, what does that look like? And when you're doing that with a U.S. manufacturer, all those things that you said are absolutely true, and it's a trust factor as well. You know what's going on. You can come in for a visit whenever you want to. You can see the productivity and where things are at with your product, and you know what's happening.
Right, and it's good to have Zoom meetings and things like that. As even of the companies we work for in the U.S., we do a weekly Zoom meeting with them as we're doing the development process, building tools, validating them. Doing the IQ, OQ, PQ, all that type of stuff. But there's nothing like walking into the facility, seeing your product being made, seeing the people, meeting the people, like, oh, this looks great. Or, I've walked into companies before where I'm like stepping over tools and things like that. So that's where another place where Forum shines with we're very engineering oriented, organized, just streamlined. We're moving into a new facility here at the end of October.
Okay, congratulations.
We have built that from scratch. The company owns the property. We have room to expand, and it's completely designed for what we do. That's amazing. So it's amazing. So come the end of the year, first of the year, we'll probably do a grand opening, have people come visit us. But it's over there on the edge of the booth, the picture of the facility. Just a phenomenal, brand new facility, built here in Connecticut, ready for business.
What I love is the passion that you guys have shown. I came over here and I met you guys a little bit yesterday, and just the enthusiasm that you have for the products that you're making and the things that you're doing, and even talking about the plant, right? Like you light up and you get excited about what it is. What is it about Forum that, one, makes it a good place to work, and two, makes it a good partner for companies to want to work with you, that makes a difference in the grand scheme of things?
Oh, well, I've worked for a lot of different companies in my career and even owned my own company and have sold in the past. But one thing I love about Forum is we are not a big PE firm, owned by big PE firms. So we are not doing constant reports for private equity that's going up the ladder. We're focused on the customer. We're focused on our jobs. There's, people are doing their work every day. It's just it's a great environment to work with. I absolutely love working at Forum, and there's companies I didn't like working for at all.
I imagine.
And we have an incredible quality record, incredible on-time delivery. Everything's 99+%. We track all the scrap. Everything we do in our facility is tracked. We do weekly reports, so we know what's going on at all time. It's a very, I'll say it's run by an engineer. Mark Polinsky is the president's an engineer. Andrew Butka is our director of engineering. They're highly involved in everything we're doing. And it shows. Even the way we store our tooling is fantastic. It was the thing that sold me to come into Forum. I walked through the plant and we have a special racks for all the injection molding tools where I've worked for companies that were $500 million companies.
Sure.
Tools are on pallets, the forklifts are driving by like they could run into them. They're dirty, and it's like just the facility is clean, it's organized, and it's actually designed efficiently, and you're not stepping over things going down the aisles. So it's wonderful.
It makes a huge difference, right?
It does.
When you're telling people that you can help them to find success, and you're trying to explain why you can have them, help them to find success. If your plant's not built for success, how do you even share that story?
Exactly. And then we have an incredible metrology department. One of our new customers, that's a DoD customer, they came in and they looked at all we're doing with our key-in systems. We have CT scanners, everything we do on our quality, and they're like, we've been asking our current vendors to do this for years, and you guys are already doing it. And then one of the large tier 1 medical device companies was in Monday, and like, oh, you got a CT scanner? We only know like 2 other companies that have it.
Yeah.
So I don't want to be kind of on the engineering, egghead side of the business, but we are, but we know everything, we know what we're doing, we got great people. My job is easy.
Sure.
I have the easy job, but we got our plant manager, our quality manager, our whole team just does a fantastic job. It makes my job easy in sales.
Yeah. When you're marketing something good, it's really, really easy, right?
Exactly.
Because then all you're doing is telling the story of the stuff that you're seeing every day from your guys on the floor.
Right. Forum is, I always say, we're the best kept secret in the industry, and I'm like, I got to get the word out. It's like, because nobody's really heard of Forum that much, and we were Forum Plastics. I came on board, we were like, we should change the Forum contract manufacturing, really reflect what we do. And Mark was like, okay, let's do that. So, getting a decision done is easy. Like, hey, Mark, I want to do this. Okay, that makes sense to me, do it. So we're really empowered to do our jobs and get the products, get the services, get the equipment that we need. So that's really why I love this company so much. It's just great. They're just super nice people. So
it sounds like a great place to work. Joe, I appreciate your time.
No problem, appreciate it.
I appreciate learning about Forum, what you guys are doing, and how you're able to make a difference. So for me and Joe and Forum, thanks for watching and listening. This is Tony from MEDevice Boston. Take care and God bless.
Thank you.